Call a meeting to order and ask Councilman Watson to lead us in the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll.
Councilman Poole. Councilman Cotton.
Here.
Councilman Little.
Here.
Councilman Watson.
Here.
Councilman Barton.
Here.
Mayor Lovelace.
Here.
We have a quorum.
And approval of the minutes from the last meeting.
Mayor, I offer a motion to approve our minutes from last meeting. I second.
We have a motion to approve the minutes. Seconded. Is there any discussion? Councilman Cotton.
Yes.
Councilman Littles.
Yes.
Councilman Watson.
Yes.
Councilman Barton.
Yes.
The minutes are approved.
I'd like to welcome our visitors here today, and I'm also happy to say that I have a special proclamation I'm going to read and then I'm going to present it. And this is a proclamation, award of membership in Brewton's Quarter of a Century Club. Whereas it is the desire of the City of Brewton to recognize present full-time employees of the City of Brewton who have earned for a period of 25 years by creating a select group of Brewton's Quarter of a Century Club. And whereas the City of Brewton desires to give recognition to such long-time active city employees for their years of service and devotion to the city, and to recognize them especially by the creation of this unique club. And whereas once you have become a member of the Brewton's Quarter of a Century Club, you are a member for life, since it is felt that such long-term service deserves acknowledgement by an appropriate proclamation. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed by the Mayor of the City of Brewton that the following named person, as of December the 1st, 2014, is recognized by being assigned a membership number based upon his period of service to the City of Brewton, and that a copy of this proclamation be given at the appropriate ceremony by the Mayor to the said named individual, showing the membership number and the years of service. His membership number is number 28, Feast D. Broughton, city employee for 25 years. Approval of the agenda.
Mayor, the council has a copy of the agenda. A copy is on the wall for the audience. Are there any additions or deletions to the agenda?
We're going to defer to the next meeting, item 9E.
Okay. We'll carry over item 9E to the next meeting, that being the only change to the agenda. All who would like to approve it, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. The ayes have it.
First item is a reinstatement of the revisionary clause, ordinance 14-1208. You want to go over that?
Yes, sir. A reversionary clause was once in the land use and development ordinance. It simply stipulated that if someone went through the zoning amendment process and changed things, that if they did not put that parcel of land to use that they had it zoned, had the zoning changed for, that after 12 months it would revert back to what the original zoning was. We've had some discussion with some recent activities and think it's a good thing to have a reversionary clause in the land use and development ordinance because it gives the city a measure of enforcement and control there. So the Planning Commission has met. They've recommended it. We've planned today for a public hearing on this, and based on that we can either proceed or not proceed with it.
I make a motion to approve clause ordinance number 14-1208.
Second.
I believe we're at the point where we need to do a public hearing on it
Okay.
before we act
So it's
on
just
it.
a motion for a public hearing?
No. Pound the
We
gavel,
need to
we
do
do
a
a
public
public hearing, give people an
I
opportunity.
call a public hearing to order and ask if there's anybody here that would like to speak in opposition to this ordinance. Hearing none, I close the public hearing.
Now we're on track.
So we'll introduce the ordinance. I would like to make a motion to introduce ordinance number 14-1208.
Second.
Motion made by Councilman Watson to introduce ordinance number 14-1208, seconded by Councilman Barton. Is there any discussion? Councilman Cotton?
Yes.
Councilman Littles?
Yes.
Councilman Watson?
Yes.
Councilman Barton?
Yes.
The motion is introduced.
I'll make a motion for immediate consideration ordinance number 14-1208.
Second.
A motion for immediate consideration for ordinance number 14-1208 is made by Councilman Watson, seconded by Councilman Barton. Is there any discussion? Councilman Cotton?
Yes.
Councilman Littles?
Yes.
Councilman Watson?
Yes.
Councilman Barton?
Yes.
Mayor Lovelace?
Yes.
The motion for ordinance number 14-1208 is immediately considered.
I guess I'll offer a motion to approve ordinance number 14-1208.
Second.
Motion to approve ordinance number 14-1208 is made by Councilman Watson and seconded by Councilman Barton. Is there any discussion? Councilman Cotton?
Yes.
Councilman Littles?
Yes.
Councilman Watson?
Yes.
Councilman Barton?
Yes.
The ordinance is approved and will be published. Same process for this public hearing first.
Call a public hearing on farmer's market permission to change to a B2 district ordinance 14-1208-1. Any opposition? Call the public hearing.
Introduction. I'll offer a motion of introduction of ordinance number 14-1208-1.
Second.
A motion by Councilman Watson to introduce ordinance number -14-1208-1, seconded by Councilman Barton. Is there any discussion? Councilman Cotton?
Yes.
Councilman Littles?
Yes.
Councilman Watson?
Yes.
Councilman Barton?
Yes.
The motion is introduced. The ordinance is introduced. Thank you.
I'll offer a motion for immediate consideration ordinance number 14-1208-1.
Second.
A motion for immediate consideration of ordinance number 14-1208-1 has been made by Councilman Watson, seconded by Councilman Barton. Is there any discussion? Councilman Cotton?
Yes.
Councilman Littles?
Yes.
Councilman Watson?
Yes.
Councilman Barton?
Yes.
Mayor Lovelace?
Yes.
Ordinance number 14-1208-1 is immediately considered.
Motion to approve ordinance number 14-1208-1.
Second.
A motion to approve ordinance number 14-1208-1 has been made by Councilman Watson, seconded by Councilman Barton. Is there any discussion? Councilman Cotton?
Yes.
Councilman Littles?
Yes.
Councilman Watson?
Yes.
Councilman Barton?
Yes.
Ordinance number 14-1208-1 is approved and will be published.
Under old business, none is noted. And under new business, approval of the December accounts payable.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Cotton to approve accounts payable for December 2014, seconded by Councilman Littles. Is there any discussion? Councilman Cotton?
Yes.
Councilman Littles?
Yes.
Councilman Watson?
Yes.
Councilman Barton?
Yes.
December 2014 accounts payable are approved.
And we've invited the Chamber of Commerce today to come and give us a update on their recent activities.
How y'all doing?
Josh?
First of all, I want to thank the city for their support for the chamber. And yeah, I guess I'm going to just go through our activities that we've had in the past year and kind of give y'all an update what we're doing and what we have done. And I'll just start by March. We have the chamber banquet. This year's Citizen of the Year was Lisa Thomas McMillan and Bo Beal. Had around 160 people in attendance. In April, we do Earth Day, help promote the event. April is our Kick It at the Creek, where we do our crawfish bowl and have live entertainment. Had about 700 people there. In May, we have the golf tournament. Have about 12 teams in it. In June, we have the Blueberry Festival. We have about 5,000 people come to town for it. So, in September, we do the leadership class, adult and youth. We had 10 people in the leadership adult class this year and 7 in the junior class. Or I'm sorry, we had 14 in there, 7 from W.S. Neal and 7 from T.R. Miller. In November, we have the barbecue smoke competition, which the Brewton Fire Department won. We had about 300 people in attendance to it. And also in November, we had the rodeo, which was our first year. We had about 1,200 people attend it. And November, we had the holiday kickoff. I don't know if anybody was downtown this year, but a very good turnout for it. We helped promote that. And, December, we helped with the Christmas project, also in conjunction with the Kiwanis and the Sportsman Club, where we spent about $25,000 locally to help children to get presents. And December, we have the Christmas parade. This year's going to be a little bit different. We're having it at night. I think we got around 55 entries in it this year, which is up. So anyway, I just wanted to come up and kind of give y'all a body of work what we've been doing and thank y'all for your support. Any questions?
I'd just like to say, Josh, I think y'all are doing a great job. I've enjoyed all the events. The rodeo was a lot of fun and just happened to be a cold night. But
It was.
I'll look forward to next year. And the whole council this year is going to ride in the Christmas parade for the first time.
Good deal.
So
Good deal.
I think it'll be a lot of fun.
All right. Well, thank y'all.
Colin, Steve, you have.
The city has received a CDBG grant to do some sewer rehab, some water line replacement, and some storm drainage project work over in the area of Conley and Lovelace. Request for bids to do administrative services on this project and this grant were sent out, and we had one respond. This one has extensive experience with the city, and as we grade them out and as we score them, he scores out quite well. So it is a recommendation that this resolution be passed and approved this evening, that Community Development Group Incorporated out of Prattville, Alabama would be given the administrative responsibility to oversee this CDBG project that will go on in the Conley-Lovelace area. And this would have to take place in the form of a resolution approval.
I have a motion to approve resolution number 14-1208.
Second.
A resolution to approve, a motion has been made by Councilman Watson to approve resolution number 14-1208 and seconded by Councilman Cotton. Is there any discussion? Councilman Cotton?
Yes.
Councilman Littles?
Yes.
Councilman Watson?
Yes.
Councilman Barton?
Yes.
Resolution 14-1208 is approved. And as there is a need to approve the one who will do the administrative work to the grant, there's also the need to approve engineering services for the grant. Requests were sent out to many engineering firms for them to respond and offer a bid to the city to offer engineering services for this project. And you will see that we do have one, which would be DMD Engineers out of Andalusia, who responded. And again, they scored out quite high because of their extensive experience in working with the city of Brewton on various projects. So we have a resolution today that would award the engineering services for this community development block grant project in the Conley-Lovelace area to DMD Engineering Services out of Andalusia. And this would have to be approved in the form of a resolution.
I make a motion to approve the resolution 414-1208-1.
Second.
Motion has been made by Councilman Cotton to approve resolution number 14-1208-1, awarding engineering service responsibility for the CDBG block grant to DMD Engineers out of Andalusia. Seconded by Councilman Watson. Is there any discussion?
Yes, Steve, you might not know this, but if you do know, any idea when they might get together and start drawing up the plans on these projects? He said he got the engineering control, DMD does. Any idea?
They can't do the drawings until they're approved as a service provider. So now they'll start.
Understand that?
Yeah.
And what kind of time frame are we looking at?
I don't know. You
I-
probably won't see it until late January or early February.
Okay.
would be my guess.
I've heard springish, Councilman
Okay,
Watson.
thank you.
Any other discussion? Councilman Cotton?
Yes.
Councilman Littles?
Yes.
Councilman Watson?
Yes.
Councilman Barton?
Yes.
Resolution number 14-1208-1 is approved. Item E is carried over to another meeting.
Next item is announcements, and one announcement I'd like to make is I'd like to thank Dan McMillan and the D.W. McMillan Trust. They have donated 16 acres to the city of Brewton, which is the area of Old Bannon Park, to be used for the recreation of the citizens of Brewton. And just want to let them know we appreciate that. Also, the city's going to reinstate at the request of Councilman Watson, our basketball scholarships that we have been doing at the YMCA. And so I appreciate Councilman Watson bringing that to the attention of the council. And there has been a ongoing, the council has been working for a long time to try to deal with the problem we have with our municipal court system and indigents having all these tickets and inability to pay. And we've been trying to come up with a system where they could do community service to pay traffic tickets and those types of tickets. And we now have that program in place, and I've asked Steve Uhouse to step up and sort of tell us a little bit more about it.
Mayor and members of the council, we have many times in municipal court folk who will accrue quite a sizable sum of fines and fees that they will owe because of various violations. We've put together a plan whereby folk who will qualify will be able to pay off fines and fees through community service. And the plan that we're implementing would be a plan that would have to start today and then move forward in the future from this point forward. It will allow folk who accrue sizable amounts of money in terms of fees and fines to be able to pay those off through community service if they are non-serious traffic offenses. For example, things like driving with no insurance, or driving with a license revoked, or driving with no license or a license suspended. You'd be surprised sometimes the amount of money that fines and fees can amount up to this. Serious driving offenses like driving under the influence of alcohol or reckless driving or other municipal misdemeanor ordinances would not be eligible to be paid off through community service. We have the forms and we have the procedure in place. whereby we can entertain applicants and folk who make the request of us to be able to pay off through community service, and we'll deal with them on a case-by-case basis. But we will make sure that every request that comes before the judge will be represented by legal counsel. They will be represented by the city's public defender, trying to make it as fair, equal, just, and right of a process as we possibly can. So that's something that we'll start announcing at the beginning of arraignment and announcing at the beginning of court, making folk aware of it, that if that's something that they need to do because they're unable to pay it off, then the court will consider them and give them that opportunity if they qualify.
Thank you, Steve.
Yes, sir. Mayor, we have a comment to come to the floor this evening from Thomas Watson regarding an MLK parade in January.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. I know it's kind of short notice, but I think to get this out of the way, because we're talking about like January the 17th. But I'm here seeking permission to have a parade route for Brewton ADC precinct. We started behind Bank Trust last year, went all the way to the Sporting Club on Mother King Drive. But we're here to ask for a change of route. We would like to start at the City Garage and go to the John F. Fisher Center, the old middle school, which is the Fisher Center now. So we would like to start from the City Garage, if it's okay with the council in the city. Start from there and go to the Fisher Center. And we are looking for January the 17th. We plan on starting at 11 o'clock that morning. And like I say, it should be a problem. We shouldn't have to block no kind of major traffic. We shouldn't have to come across 31 like we did last year and had to block a lot of traffic out. So this should eliminate a whole lot of traffic blocking. All we have is the four-way, and that's about it. So we are.
The garage is just north of the fire station, is that what you're talking
No, we are talking about the.
Ray-
We're right
Ray's
on
On South Farm Road.
On South Road. That is City Garage,
The
right?
utility building.
about? The utility, maintenance shed.
Okay, but we're asking for the one right on, sorry, behind Del Pick and Say. That's the utility maintenance. I'm sorry. I thought it's City Garage. I'm sorry.
Make sure that's thorough.
All right, I'm sorry. Let me make that correction.
And I assume
Thank
you're
you,
gonna,
John. Thank you, John.
I assume you're gonna make sure that that's all right with Ray Madden and.
Yes,
with
we're gonna take care of all
Chief
that, make sure
McGugan.
everything okay, but we're just here asking for permission to do it first, to go from there.
I got you.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Thanks a lot.
Motion by Councilman Barton to approve the request of Thomas Watson for the parade for MLK Day on January 17th to start at the Utilities Maintenance Garage and move to the Fisher Center. This has been seconded by Councilman Cotton. Is there any discussion? Councilman Cotton?
Yes.
Councilman Littles? Yes. Councilman Watson?
Yes.
Councilman Barton?
Yes.
Permission is granted.
Motion to adjourn.